Hey there, Jakob here, and today I want to showcase my new model to you. It's a classical version of the CannaWood design. So last video I showed you this guitar, which is steel string. It's CannaWood MD, and that's the CannaWood Classic. It has a fully wooden body, quite regular flat back body. And if you don't know, normally my guitars are made with a hemp body. So like on this guitar, I've used Hempstone. And that's why my guitars are called Canna Guitars, because of the cannabis in there. Now you know. And the reason I used this in the first place was to have a more ergonomic body, so I can create like this three-dimensional shape and have like a very small feeling and very comfortable guitar. But if you are following the channel, you know I've experimented a lot with different kind of versions of this, and I wanted to also bring it to all wooden guitars. And one version of this has been this laminated wooden guitar. So this is just veneer laminated. And it also has this kind of relief on the back, which makes it feel a little bit smaller than it is. And then I've created the Canna Evo guitar, which I will show some video footage if you haven't seen it. It's basically also kind of a round back body, but made with solid wood. And it has like this big cutout in the back, which makes it also very comfortable. But the main problem with that is that first it takes a very long time to build. I'm right now building another one. It's very complicated and therefore also more expensive, of course. And I wanted to create a kind of middle ground version of it, and that's why I came up with this solution. So this is basically a regular guitar construction. So you have a flat top and a flat back. And the main surface of the back is actually flat, but you have like this kind of slope here. And it's just cut away basically on the surface where you are, where you have contact with the body. And especially when you are playing like in this 45-degree angle, as you do on a classical guitar, it makes the guitar feel like much more narrow. I've done a similar thing on the steel string. This is like more just on the upper shoulder, and on this new version it's like reaching more into the body, and it makes it feel even smaller. In addition to that, I've also made this Mensa wedge kind of construction where the bass side is a little bit narrower than the treble side, which also makes it feel a little bit narrower. And then to top it off, I put on a nice bevel here. So this guitar feels like very small, very like comfortable and nice to play. And I will of course show you a little bit of how it sounds in a minute. But first, I want to talk about maybe the sound port here. And it's actually the first ever guitar I made, like a rosette and a center sound hole. Maybe you don't believe it, but I always put like on the side or on this guitar here is also on the side, but never like really in the middle. And the reason for this is that mostly on steel strings you want as big of a surface area as possible on the top. So you get very efficient kind of use of the top. And the problem is with sound port here is that it kind of weakens the area, and it's in the line of the string tension, and by weakening it you have to kind of stiff it up again and use more bracings, and because of this I always put it like on the side. It's a more efficient kind of construction in my opinion, but on a classical guitar I think it still makes sense, because you don't want to have like this big moving area. You actually want like a smaller area, and I noticed like on my previous classic guitars they were like too much low end, and yeah, it's also because there was too much vibrating area, and on this guitar I just kind of have this upper transverse brace which goes just underneath the sound port or sound hole, and basically cuts off the vibrations to this part. And then I also made like a little bit of a reinforcement underneath the sound port to make it much stiffer and nice and solid. And it's also a little bit kind of rounded, so there's a little bit more of a kind of horn effect, makes it a little bit more efficient that way. Anyways, another thing to mention is that there's a little bit of fall off here in front, so there's a 3-degree angle here. It goes down a little bit. There it's like flat, and then it goes down a little bit, and that makes so that the neck is in a much nicer position. It's not sticking out as much, and then I've glued on the neck at a bit of an angle, so there's a little bit of a twist on there, which also makes the string height at the bridge equal. So on all the strings it's the same height and therefore the same torque, and it gets more balanced also in sound, and it's easier to kind of look at the strings, so you don't have to kind of lean over like that. You can have like a nice straight back, you can be very relaxed, and without any changes like in my posture, I can look at the strings. Anyways, that's the whole design. I used regular kind of common used woods, so this is Indian rosewood and some ebony, and this is upcycled mahogany I got from like the handrails of my old workshop. I could take them, so really nice use for it. Maybe I want to use a little bit lighter wood, or do like the hollow neck, which I've done before, because it's a little bit heavy. It's not the lightest mahogany, but still I think it looks very nice in this combination. And that's it from me now. Enough talking, let's listen to how it sounds.